4 minutes before we start today. If you can grab a comfortable seated position. And wherever you're seated, it's important to make sure your spine is nice and tall, shoulders are back, and crown of the head up towards the sky. And just take these few moments before we start practice to start to clear your mind and just focus on your breath. Forget about all the other things you have to do today or what might have happened already today. And just begin to prepare yourself for class, taking some nice deep breaths. It's great to be back. I feel like I haven't taught in a long time. Janine taught the last week, and then we did miss a little bit there, but everybody's doing well, and it's great to be back with all of you. So we have a minute or two before we start, so just take some nice deep breaths and start to prepare yourself for class. Remember, this is your class, so if something doesn't feel right or it's uncomfortable, or you just don't want to do that asana, you can sit that one out. And remember, if you don't have a full hour to practice every day or a few times a week, you can always save some of our half-hour classes. And as long as you're a member of the group yoga page, you can absolutely view those videos anytime you like. And sometimes a half hour is just what we need. So I know, myself included, a lot of times we get in the habit of saying I have to practice for an hour because that's what we're trained to do or what we're used to. But even waking up and doing 10 minutes of stretching each morning or stretching a little bit before bed can make a huge difference in your life. Just the way you feel, how you walk around, the fluidity, especially as the weather cools off and our bodies stiffen up a little bit. So I see some messages popping up. I want to make sure everybody's still okay. Okay. It's always hard when you're not home making sure things are working right, getting used to a different environment. So we'll get ready to start. Nice straight spine, shoulders back, crown of the head up towards the sky. And when you're ready, bring your hands to heart center, thumbs on sternum, and a light bow to your head. And just take a moment to give yourself some gratitude for coming to your mat today and for making your health and well-being a priority. And know that you deserve this practice. Often in life, we spend a lot of our time working and helping others or doing the things we have to do just to get by. But it's always nice to set some time apart for yourself. And just take some time where you can focus on you. And when you're ready, you can rub your hands together and build up some friction in the palms. And when your palms get nice and warm, you can transfer that heat to your heart center, your face, or both. And just let the heat leave your hands and enter your chest. Or if you opt for the face, massage under the eyes and massage the temples. And when you're ready, you can blink your eyes open. And we're going to start standing today. So up nice and tall, weights evenly distributed between the feet. And your feet are about hip width apart. Pull the shoulders back and palms are forward. And with an exhale, just lower your chin to chest. Allow your head to hang here for a few breaths. breaths. We're not forcing the head forward. Think about relaxing the neck. Just letting the head come forward. There should be no tension in the shoulders. And now with our next inhale, we're going to bring our gaze up towards the sky, making sure not to pinch our neck in the back. And then exhale your chin to chest. And go through one more time. And there's no right or wrong speed here. We'll meet back with our chin to chest. And now with our next inhale, we're going to roll our left ear towards our left shoulder. And then exhale, chin to chest. And inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. And go through one more time. Just bringing as much movement to the neck as you can, but not forcing anything. And we'll meet back with our chin to chest. And this time when we go left, we're going to go all the way around 2 times, making sure not to pinch your neck in the back. And then all the way around 2 times the other way. And once again, it's all gentle movement. Just waking the vertebrae up. And whenever you get done all those rotations, we'll meet back with our chin to chest. And just take a few breaths here. Letting the head fall forward and relaxing the neck and shoulders. With your next inhale, bring your gaze forward. Crown of the head up towards the sky. And we're going to bring some movement to our shoulders here. So with an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead. And then exhale, turn the palms out and bring your arms down by your sides. And think about pushing your arms through a body of water or maybe holding a 1-pound weight. So we want them to be engaged. The fingers are strong, the triceps are engaged. And next time your arms are up overhead, you can leave them there. Really reach up for the sky. We're going to bring a little movement to our spine here. So interlock your hands to elbows. And you want to frame your head inside your arms here. Inhale up nice and tall, shoulders are flat against an imaginary wall. And then exhale, lean to the right. Let your hips slide out to the left, elongating that left side. Shoulders are still flat against an imaginary wall. And then inhale, come back up to center. And exhale, lean left. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, come back up to center. We're going to go through one more time. Exhale, lean right. Inhale, back up. And exhale, lean left. Inhale, back up. We're going to extend the arms up towards the sky, and then with an exhale, turn the palms out and bring your arms down by your sides. So now we're going to bring the arms up to shoulder height. Palms are facing forward. And with an exhale, give yourself a hug. Inhale, open. Exhale, give yourself a hug. The other arm is on top. And just continue doing these. Once again, there's no right or wrong speed. It's matching your breath to your movement. Fingers are engaged, arms are engaged. Next time your arms are open to the side, you can leave them there. Palms are still facing forward, and we're going to make big circles with our arms now. As big as you can make them. Really loosen those shoulders up. And you can change directions. once again, think about pulling those shoulder blades back, almost like you're holding a pencil between your shoulder blades. And now with an exhale, we're going to touch our elbows, forearms, and palms. Inhale, open. Nice deep breath. Next time your arms are open, you can leave them there. And now we're just going to rotate the shoulders. So with an exhale, bring the forearms and palms parallel to the ground. Inhale, bring them back up. And all this movement should be coming from your shoulders, not our elbows or wrists. Next time your hands are parallel to the ground, you can leave them there. And now we're going to extend the hands out in front of us and make a real tight fist. And squeeze that fist as tight as you can. And now go between opening and closing the fist. Next time you have a fist made, keep it there. Keep squeezing, and without moving the arms, make some circles with the wrist. Change directions. You can come to stillness and open the hands. And now we're just going to bring the hands at chest height by bending the elbows and gently twist from side to side. There should be no pain or fast motion here. It's all gentle movement. You can come to stillness, and we're going to release our arms down by our sides. And we're just going to do a few shoulder rolls here. So with an inhale, we're going to bring our shoulders up our back and then down around the front. And change directions. And you can come to stillness. We're going to place our hands on our hips and ring those imaginary bells. And try to bring as much movement to the hips as you can. And you can even bring them back as you come forward or to the sides. And change directions. And you can come to stillness. We're going to place our hands just above the knees and put a bend in the knees. And now we're going to make circles with the lower legs. Change directions. And you can come to stillness. So we're going to lift that right foot and now make circles with that ankle. Trying not to move the leg. Change directions. And we'll switch feet. Change directions. You can put that foot down and just take a quick Tadasana. Palms are forward, shoulders back, up nice and tall. And just focus on your breath, breathing deeply. Open, and we're going to work on a few forward folds here. Up nice and tall. With an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead. With the exhale, we're going to swan dive forward and think about keeping that flat back. You can bend your knees here as much as you have to. It's not about the hamstrings and calves here. It's really about elongating the spine, trying to bring your chest towards your thighs. And if the chest won't come towards the thighs, if you bend the knees, you'll help bring the thighs towards the chest. If you'd like to interlock the hands to elbows, just let the weight of your torso hang here.
Nice deep breaths. If you'd like to bring some movement to the spine, maybe sway back and forth. Rock your hips from side to side. And you can come to stillness, and with an exhale, release your hands down to the mat. So we're going to add a halfway lift here. So with an inhale, we're going to straighten the legs. Place your hands on the front of your thighs. Pull your shoulders back and push your chest towards the mat. We want a nice flat back here. We're pushing our hips back and neck and head forward. You can look forward just a little bit if you like, but you don't want to pinch your neck. It also helps if you engage your abdomen. Don't let it just be passive. And then tighten your thighs. It's a nice, strong position. A lot of muscle groups are engaged. With an exhale, forward fold. Make sure you put a micro bend in your knees here. And with an inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale your hands up. And exhale, release the hands. And we're going to do one more of those. So big inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Interlock the hands to elbows and just let the weight of the torso hang there. Bring some movement to the spine. You can come to stillness, and with an exhale, release your hands down to the mat. We're going to add our halfway lift. So with the inhale, straighten the legs. Hands come to the front of the thighs, nice flat back. Pulling the shoulders back, engaging your abdomen, and pushing your chest towards the ground just a little to flatten that back out. With an exhale, forward fold. Micro bend to knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale your arms up. And exhale, release the arms. So we're going to start our sun salutations. The first one we're going to do nice and slow here. So up at the front of your mat, weights evenly distributed in the feet. And with an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead. With an exhale, swan dive forward. Once again, bend those knees if you have to. With an inhale, we're going to come to our halfway lift. Nice flat back. Pull those shoulders back. Tighten the abdomen and tighten the thighs. Hips are back, neck and head forward. Nice deep breaths. With an exhale, we're going to bend the knees, plant the hands, and step back to down dog. So you can pedal your feet if you like. Bring some movement to the ankles and knees. We want the hips nice and high here. And remember, we're trying to push our chest towards our thighs. If the heels don't come down all the way, it's okay. If you'd like, with an inhale, maybe come up real high on your tiptoes. Exhale, sink your heels down to the mat. One more time. Inhale, high on the tiptoes. Exhale, heels down to mat. With our next inhale, we're going to come forward to a plank. Nice, strong plank here. Straight line from the back of our toes to the back of our head. Back of our heels, to the back of our head. With an exhale, lower down under control. Tops of the feet on the mat. And then inhale up the head and chest for cobra. Nice deep breaths here. Our hips are going into the mat, tops of the feet into the mat. Exhale, lower down. So we're going to roll our toes, And inhale back to down dog. So with an inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, walker step to a forward fold. Micro bend to knees and big inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, release the arms. So we're going to do one more. So big inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice deep breaths. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands. Step back to down dog. With an inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, down under control. Tops of the feet on the mat. Inhale up the head and chest for cobra. Exhale, lower down. Roll the toes and inhale back to down dog. Inhale, look between the hands. Walker step to a forward fold. Micro bend to knees and big inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, release the arms. And just take a quick Tadasana. Up nice and tall. Palms facing forward. Take some nice deep breaths. You can blink your eyes open. And we're going to come down to our hands and knees, and we're going to get there through down dog. So we're going to do that same sequence, and we're going to take our time getting there. So big inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Take a few breaths here. Relax the lower back. With your next inhale, we're going to come up to our halfway lift. Nice flat back, pull the shoulders back, engage the abdomen. With an exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, and step back to down dog. So we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Pushing our chest towards our thighs. Hips are nice and high. And with an exhale, you can come down to your hands and knees. What's really important here is the wrist, elbows, and shoulders are in line. Knees and hips are in line. Tops of your feet are on the mat. And your back is nice and flat. So we're going to start with some cat-cows. With an inhale, drop your belly, hips and head up for cow. Exhale, cat. Arch the back, roll the hips forward and chin the chest. Once again, there's no right or wrong speed. It's just about matching your breath to your movement. So as fast or slow as you want to breathe, that's how the movement should be. And after your next cat, you can come to a nice neutral spine. Nice flat back. So we're going to go to bird dog pose here. So with an inhale, we're going to send that right foot straight back. And you want to have your toes pointing towards the ground here, so flex that foot. If you want to add on, extend that left arm, thumb the ceiling. Nice deep breaths. Now with the exhale, we're going to touch that knee and elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. And one more. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. And you can put that left hand and right knee down. And we're going to go right to the other side. So left leg back. If you want to add on, extend that right arm, thumb the ceiling. Nice deep breaths. And now knee to elbow. Exhale. Exhale. And one more. And when you're ready, you can put that hand and knee down. And we're just going to try puppy pose from here. So keep your hips nice and high. Walk the hands out and bring your forehead down to the mat. Nice deep breaths here. With an inhale, push back up to hands and knees. And we're going to try thread the needle here. So with an inhale, bring that right arm up. Exhale, thread it behind the left. Bring your right shoulder down to the mat and your right ear down to the mat. Nice deep breaths here. Left hand can be next to your face. It can be stretched out overhead, or it could be on your lower back. Whatever works better for you. So when we come through and come through this or out of this position, with an inhale, we're going to come up, bring that right arm all the way up, and exhale, bring that hand down to the mat, and we're going to do the other side. So up nice and tall. Inhale that left arm up. Thread it through and bring that left shoulder and left ear down to the mat. Your right hand can be next to your face, out overhead, or on your lower back. With an inhale, we're going to come through, bring that left arm all the way up, and then exhale, bring it down. And we're going to come up high on our knees now, up nice and tall, give our wrist a little break, and put that right foot out to the side. Inhale, both arms up overhead, and exhale, fold over that right leg. Shoulders are flat against an imaginary wall. No pressure on this right leg. With our hand, it's just resting there. With an inhale, bring both arms up overhead. Exhale, bring that left hand down and right arm overhead. We want to try to keep this right arm straight. We're not trying to bend it. Excuse me. We want a straight line from our right foot to our right fingertips. If you want to add on and bring a little core into it, you can lift this left hand. Make sure you keep breathing. You can also bring that left arm up to the same angle as your right arm. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And we're going to switch sides. Up nice and tall. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, fold over that left leg. Shoulders are flat against an imaginary wall. Breathing deeply. With an inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Left arm overhead, trying to keep that left arm nice and straight. You can stay right here if you want. You can lift that right arm, or you could bring it out to match the angle of your left. As long as your shoulders stay flat against an imaginary wall, and you keep breathing. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. And we're going to come back to our hands and knees and take a child's pose. Knees are mat width apart, big toes touching. Sink your hips down to your heels. Bring the forehead down to the mat and arms reached out overhead. You can also put your hands on your ankles if you like. Same asana, just a different version. Just think about keeping your arms straight though if they're overhead. With an inhale, you can come back up. Real quick before we go further, because you couldn't see, sometimes when we're in child's pose, people will do this with their arms. And if you have to do that, it's fine. But if you can try to keep them extended, it's keeping the spine nice and long and keeping us in the right position. So even though my elbows are not touching the mat, it's okay. We're reaching out so we can come back up to our hands and knees. And we're going to try a supported side plank here. So we want to put our right hand in front of our face. Right knee is in line with that. Send that left foot back and left arm up to sky. You can look straight up at that left hand. You can look forward or down towards your right hand, whichever is more comfortable for you. But make sure there's no pressure on your neck. If you want to lift that left leg, work on strength and balance. Nice deep breaths. And with an exhale, come back down to the mat. So we're going to do the other side for that. Left hand's in front of face, left knee's in line with it. Send the right foot back and right arm up to sky. Nice deep breaths here. You can lift that right leg. With an exhale, come back down to the mat. So we're going to try one more, an entry into, it's called Wild Thing, but this is the beginner version. So we're going to be on our left hip with our left leg bent, and the right leg is going to be straight. And the goal here is when we inhale, we're going to bring our hips and belly forward, but it's also important what we do with this right hand. So I'll show you what it looks like. We're going to come up and throw that hand behind you. We don't want it straight up. I want it coming back towards the ground with the palm down, trying to put my body into a banana shape. So we're kind of arching the back. So we're on the left hip, left knee is bent. With an inhale, bring the hips and belly up and bring that right hand back and over. Nice deep breaths here. Exhale, come down. And we're going to do the other side. So right leg is bent, we're on the right hip, we're on the right hand, left leg is straight. Inhale, bring the hips and belly up, push them forward and bring this left hand back, putting your body in that banana shape. Exhale, come down. We're going to come back to our hands and knees and we're going to go to downward dog. But before we do, we're just going to hover our knees. So we want to roll our toes. Inhale, lift those knees about 8 inches. With an inhale, push all the way back to down dog. Look between the hands. With an exhale, walk or step to a forward fold. Micro bend to knees and big inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale the arms up. And then exhale, release the arms. Great job. Take a quick Tadasana. Up nice and tall if you need a drink. Job. So, like I said at the beginning of the class, if you don't always have an hour, we've been practicing just about a half hour. So this is a nice little workout. If you don't have a whole hour, you can do what we just did and still feel like you've done something in the morning. But today we're going to keep going for the whole hour. So up nice and tall, we are going to do a Warrior One sequence. So we're going to start hands at heart center at the front of our mat. And when we're ready, we're going to step our left foot back. And we're going to string together 4 asanas here. So if you need a break at any point, please make sure you take it. What's really important is my left foot is on a 45-degree angle. My right knee and ankle are stacked on top of each other, so that's bent. I'll turn this way so you can see that better. The other important thing is this left hip is forward and my chest is forward. And then when you're ready, engage your arms. Nice strong arms, pull the shoulders back. So we're going to bring some movement to this with our breath. Inhale your arms up nice and tall. And with a long, slow exhale, bring your hands down and let them meet out front. Inhale, reverse that. And do 2 more at your own pace. We'll all meet back in Warrior One. Make sure your arms are strong here. With an exhale, we're going to bring our hands to heart center. And we're going to go to high crescent lunge from here. So we're going to turn that left foot so we're on the ball of the foot. Left leg is straight. We don't want to bend that knee. And the heel is off the mat. Now we're going to bring movement to this. So with an inhale, we're going to straighten our right leg and bring our arms up overhead. And then exhale, come back down. Inhale, straighten that right leg and arms overhead. Exhale, come back down. And one more. Inhale, straighten that right leg. Exhale down. And now with the next inhale, it's just the arms. Make sure that right knee and ankle are stacked. Pull the shoulders back and your arms are nice and strong here. Fingers are engaged, triceps engaged. So we're going to go to low crescent lunge from here. So with an exhale, put both hands down around this right foot. And when you're ready, lower that left knee down to the mat, top of the left foot on the mat, and put both hands on this right knee. And we're just going to pulse our hips forward, and you might feel that in this left thigh or hip. And when you feel something you want to stay with, stay there. And then engage your arms. Shoulders are back. Nice deep breaths. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this. If you want to add on, you can start to gently lean back, not from the neck, but from the lower back, bringing your torso back
exposing your chest to the sky. Nice deep breaths here. With an exhale, we're going to put both hands down around the right foot. And we're going to go to half monkey. So with the inhale, we're going to straighten that right leg. Right toes come up to sky, and you can bring your torso high here. With an exhale, forward fold, bringing your chest towards the right knee. Try not to arch your back here. We don't want to bring the head towards the knee. We want the whole spine to come forward. If it's very intense on this right calf, you can put the right foot flat, but ideally we'd like that foot so the toes are going up to the sky. This is great for the hamstrings and calves. So with an exhale, we're going to bend that right knee, put that right foot flat on the mat, and we're going to come back to standing from here. So we want to roll our left toes and lift the left knee. So we're back in that high crescent lunge foot position, and then step forward to a standing position. So we're going to do the other side now, up nice and tall. Step that right foot back to the warrior 1 foot position. The whole foot is grounded. It's on a 45-degree angle. Left knee and ankle are stacked. Right hip is forward. Chest forward. Engage your arms. Nice deep breaths. Pull the shoulders back. Engage your fingers. Tighten your triceps. And breathe deeply. So we're going to bring that movement to this side. So with an inhale, bring the arms up. Long, slow exhale. Hands come down to shoulder height and then meet out front. Inhale, open and back up. 2 more. Exhale, down and out front. Inhale, open and up. And 1 more. Make sure when you get here you pull those shoulders back. With an exhale, we're going to bring our hands to heart center, go to high crescent lunge. So we're going to turn the right foot so we're on the ball of the foot and that right ankle's off the mat. When we inhale, we're going to straighten the left leg and arms come up. Exhale, bring it all back down. Inhale everything up. Exhale down. And 1 more. Inhale everything up. Exhale down. Now just the arms. Inhale the arms up. Pull the shoulders back and make the arms strong. For high crescent lunge. When you're ready with an exhale, put both hands down around the left foot. Lower that right knee and put the top of the right foot on the mat. And then put both hands on this left knee and pulse your hips forward. When you find something you can stay with, stay there. And then inhale, bring the arms up overhead for low crescent lunge. Pull the shoulders back. And if you want to add on, you can gently start to lean back, making sure the head doesn't go back. We want the whole spine to come back, but it's straight. Keep breathing. With an exhale, put both hands down around this left foot. And we're going to go to half monkey. So we're going to straighten the left leg. Toes of the left foot come up to the sky and the torso is nice and high. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, forward fold. Trying to keep that back nice and straight. We're trying to bring our chest towards our thigh, not reach the head for the thigh. And I think that's one of the big things to remember with yoga is we're always trying to keep, not always, but in many cases, trying to keep the spine straight and moving forward with the whole back, not arching the back and scrunching. We want to keep the lungs, give them as much room as we possibly can to breathe, no matter what asana we're in. With an exhale, we're going to bend that left foot or left knee, put the left foot down on the mat. We're going to roll our right toes and lift that right knee. And step forward and take it to Tadasana. Up nice and tall. If you need a drink, now's a great time. Take some nice deep breaths. Open. And for balance today, we're going to try tree pose. So we're going to find our focus point, something that's not moving, up nice and tall, hands at heart center. And we're going to slowly transfer our weight into that right foot and put a micro bend in the right knee. And then when you're ready, kickstand the left heel against the right ankle. Now you have a few options here. You can stay here and just lift the toes, that's balance. If you're unsure about balance, get a chair and just have it handy or be near a wall. If you want to move on, you can put that left foot on the right calf or thigh, just not the knee. And you want to make sure that left knee is open to the side there, so the inner thigh on the left side is facing forward. If you're comfortable there, you can engage your arms, pull the shoulders back, engage your abdomen, and it also helps if you actually push that left foot into the right leg. It helps stabilize you. Nice deep breath, and if you step out of it, just come right back to it. With an exhale, bring your hands to heart center. We're going to step out of it under control. Shake that right leg out a little. We're going to do the other side. So ground the weight into the left foot. Find your focus point. Micro bend in the left knee. And kickstand that right heel against the left ankle. You can just lift the toes. Or you can put that right foot on the left calf or thigh. Just not the knee. If you want to grow your branches. Up nice and tall, pull the shoulders back, and if you step out of it, come right back to it. Nice deep breaths. With an exhale, we're going to bring the hands to heart center. Step that foot down. Shake out the left leg, and we're going to come to a seated position. So we'll get there through squat. If you want to just come to seated, you can. If you want to try squat, have your feet about mat width apart. Hands at heart center. Toes are going out just a little. Inhale up nice and tall. And then with the exhale, come down into your squat. Nice deep breaths here. You want to make sure your heels are on the mat. So we don't want the heels coming off the mat. So we're going to add a twist here. So place your left hand as far over to the left as you can, but make sure it's still inside the left thigh. We don't want it behind the leg, we want it over to the side. And then inhale that right arm up. Exhale that right hand down and put it out to the side. So it's almost in front of the right foot, maybe a little further. And then inhale that left arm up. Exhale that hand down, and we're going to come to a comfortable seated position. Nice straight spine. Shoulders are back, and we're going to do a nice seated twist here. So with an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead. With the exhale, place the right hand on left knee. Left hand on right knee, and right hand behind back. Twisting from the rib cage. Take some nice deep breaths here. With an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead, and we're going to forward fold with the exhale. Think about bringing your chest towards the ground, not reaching your head for the ground. With an inhale, bring both arms up overhead, and we'll do the other side. Exhale, right hand, left knee, left hand behind back, twisting from the ribs. Nice deep breaths. Just looking towards that left shoulder, but no pressure on the neck. With an inhale, bring both arms up overhead, and we're going to exhale, forward fold again. Nice straight spine, bringing the chest towards the ground and not reaching the head for the ground. With an inhale, bring both arms up overhead. Interlock your fingers. The pointer's going to be up and thumb back. Head is framed inside the upper arms. And now we're going to make circles with those middle vertebrae. And try not to let your arms move. Sometimes I'll see that, where that movement's all coming from my shoulders. We want the shoulders to stay still and the movement to be the vertebrae in the middle of the back. Change directions. You can come to stillness and reach the arms up for the sky. With an exhale, bring that right hand down to the mat and left arm over. You can bend that right elbow to keep that right shoulder away from your ear. With an inhale, bring both arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Relaxing any tension in the lower back. Inhale, bring both arms up overhead. And exhale, bring that left hand down and right arm over. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, bring both arms up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, both arms up overhead. And with the exhale, we're going to release our hands down by our sides. And we're going to come to a laying position now. Nice and flat on the mat. You want to have your hands down by your sides. We're going to do just a little bit of core work here. So with an inhale, we're going to lift our right leg about 12 inches. And just hold it there. Make sure you keep breathing through this whole process. And now by engaging our hip, we're going to make those circles with the leg as big as we can make them. Breathing through the whole process. Change directions. You can come to stillness and hold that left or right leg up. With an exhale, lower that right leg and inhale the left leg up. We're going to make big circles with that leg. As big as you can make the circle and change directions. You can come to stillness. Hold that left leg, but keep breathing. Exhale, lower that left leg down. And now with your next inhale, pull both knees to chest and gently rock side to side.
massaging the lower back on the mat. You can come to stillness. We're going to leave our knees and our chest here and tee your arms out to the side. Now our shoulders have to stay flat here for this spinal twist. So with an exhale, roll onto your left hip and look over that right shoulder, but keep that right shoulder down. Nice deep breaths here. If you'd like, you can straighten that right leg and bring it out towards your left hand, helping increase the stretch. There should be no pressure on the neck. You're just looking towards that right shoulder. I know sometimes it can be a little hard to breathe deeply in these twists, but just focus on your breath and try to breathe as deeply and slowly as you can. With our next inhale, we're going to come back up to center, and exhale, roll onto the right hip, looking over the left shoulder, keeping that left shoulder down on the mat. If you'd like, you can straighten that left leg and bring it out towards the right hand, as long as that left shoulder stays down on the mat. If that left leg is straight, you can bend it. Inhale, come back up to center. Pull the knees to chest and gently rock side to side. With an inhale, we're going to send both legs straight up to the sky. And you can hold them behind the thighs if you want. Point and flex your toes. Make some circles with the ankles. This inversion where your legs are up like this is great, especially if you're standing all day or seated all day. It's a great way for circulation in the legs, to get it moving, to get the lymphatic fluid moving. With an exhale, bend the knees, and we're going to pull the knees to chest one more time. We're going to try a happy baby here, so we're going to reach between the legs, grab our feet, ankles, or calves, send the soles of the feet up to the sky with a big bend in the knees. Pulling those knees back towards your mat, trying to keep the lower back in contact with your mat, maybe gently rocking side to side. You can come to stillness one more time. With the inhale, send those legs straight up to the sky, and you can hold them behind the thighs if you want, or just do it on your own. With an exhale, bend the knees. Put your feet as close to your hips as you can get them, but a little wider than your hips. And we're going to do bridge pose to counter some of our forward folds today. You want the knees going inward like you're holding a beach ball. And with an inhale, lift your hips up towards the sky. Nice deep breaths. We have a couple add-ons we can do here. The first one, if you want to lift your right shoulder, pull that shoulder blade to the center of the mat. Lift the left shoulder, pull that shoulder blade to the center of the mat. And then send your hips up a little higher. You can also come up onto your tiptoes. Make sure there's no pressure on your neck. It's all on your shoulder blades and the soles of your feet. With an exhale, lower down under control. Now we're going to turn the soles of our feet so they're touching for reclined bound angle. Let your legs butterfly out to the side. There's no movement here. So your hands can be on your belly or down by your sides. Taking some nice deep breaths and just relaxing. Since there's no movement, you can just start to clear your mind. Relax any tension in your face. Relax the tension in your fingers. Just be present. So we're going to get ready for Shavasana. You can stay in this position, or if you want to take a traditional Shavasana, place your hands on the outside edges of your thighs, help bring the knees together, and then extend your legs flat along the mat. You want to have your feet about mat width apart, toes falling off to the outside edge of your mat. Hands are down by your sides, but maybe about 12 inches off your hips. There's no movement, so just start to relax any tension in your face. Maybe take your tongue off the roof of your mouth, put a slight space between your lips, lighten your eyebrows or the area between your eyebrows. Relax your forehead and lighten your jaw. Let your chest and belly move freely with each inhale and exhale. And if thoughts come to your mind, let them float away with the exhale and come back to your breath. Breathing deeply, letting any tension in your toes just melt away. Completely relaxing your feet, ankles, calves, and thighs. Relaxing any tension in your fingers, hands, forearms, or upper arms. And with your next exhale, let go of any tension in your hips, back, or shoulders. And just focus on your breath. When you're ready, start to bring awareness back to your body and maybe wiggle your fingers and toes, roll your wrists and ankles, or rock your head from side to side. And when you're ready, with your eyes closed, roll onto your left or right side. Shavasana is corpse pose. It's symbolic of leaving behind what we'd like to leave behind in practice, starting our day and life from this point forward. And when you're ready, with your eyes closed, push yourself up into a comfortable seated position with Anjali Mudra, hands or prayer hands, thumbs on sternum, and a light bow to your head. Actually, we're going to leave the crown of our head up towards the sky, so before we end class, I'd like to do a group Om. It's one big inhale and one big Om out. And as you're doing it, think about letting your chest vibrate. So here we go. Big inhale. Yoga's a journey, and I'm very happy we shared this journey together today. Thank you for practicing with me. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for being here, everybody. It was great to be back teaching again. I firmly believe that practicing yoga helped Janine and I with our COVID experience. We were very fortunate to have a minor experience. And the vibration of the Om is great for respiratory health. It kind of gets things in your chest moving. If there's any other tips or things you'd like to see in classes, please make sure you let us know. And we do appreciate you practicing with us today. Thank you so much. Namaste.